Coast-to-coast protests in the U.S. over the death of an African-American man in police custody continued on Sunday for the sixth straight day, with some police officers also taking part in the silent protest. While there are plenty of peaceful protests across the United States, violence, rioting, and looting threaten to overshadow the peaceful protesters' message about police brutality. Our Seung-jae reports.
In what started as a nationwide coast-to-coast protest over the death of George Floyd at the hands of a Minneapolis police officer last week, police in New York City also took part in a silent protest on Sunday, taking a knee beside the peaceful demonstrators. Videos posted on social media showed NYPD officers in Queens and Manhattan taking part, with some even joining in to read the names of African-American men and women who have died as a result of police brutality. Despite the now common scenes of clashes between police and protesters, these officers and protesters were seen shaking hands and hugging. While many of the protests across the U.S. were silent and non-violent, with 140 cities taking part, some areas turned violent, especially after sundown. The rioting and looting prompted the activation of the National Guard in at least 21 states. Reports say over 4,000 people have been arrested over the last 6 days on a range of charges, including stealing, blocking highways, and breaking curfews. Hundreds of people protested in front of the White House on Sunday for the third straight night, with reports that President Trump was whisked by the Secret Service into an underground bunker for his safety. A fire was also lit at St. John's Church, a church that has been attended at least once by every president since James Madison, including President Trump. Fortunately, it was put out before any major damage was caused, but the threat of violence and chaos lingers in many large urban areas with no end in sight. Seung-jae, Arirang News.